took it out. Nobody knew it was empty. But he took it out to those kids, and he, he lined them all up along the schoolhouse there, and he was going to have that burro. That's all there was to it. And so in the meantime, somebody got away and went over and told Doris about it. That he had the kids all lined up over there with that revolver.
How old was he?
Oh, I don't know. He must not have been more than 6 or 8, somewhere along there. He wasn't very big. And he was, I guess he wasn't that old like that. I mean, he might have been 6. Anyhow, they were all bigger than him anyway. And that revolver kind of equalized him. And so she took the thing away from him. And when Doris come over there, of course she had to do something about it, so she paddled him right there. Of course, not too hard, but she paddled him. But she felt kind of like he was justified in it in a way.
At least the other kids got some satisfaction.
Yeah, they had, because she knew that they'd be telling their mothers all about it, you know, and if she didn't punish him, why, they'd be after her for sure. Well, so they come home, and when they came home, she got all the kids in there together, Margaret and Junior, and loaded the gun. Well, he told her what he said it was empty, so he said, what, he couldn't see any harm in it, that he'd done anything wrong, and because it was empty. So she loaded it, and put it under the, I don't know whether it was under the pillow or under the mattress. She says, now you just remember that gun is loaded, and you're not to touch it. Okay. As soon as they go out, she took all the shells out of it, of course. But they never knew the water was still loaded there.
Okay.
But that was the way they could do pretty much anything around there. The kids would. They make their own fun.
Didn't need a lot of money to have a good time back
No,
then, did you?
no. Eventually, there was somebody came up there and started a big old abandoned building there, and kind of fixed it up, and they started having some dances there. And the kids, the younger ones, they would go to the dances once in a while whenever they had them. Then of course, while we were there at Phippsburg, we did build a church. There was no church there when we came, and so they eventually the Baptist spotted a chapel car in there. They switched to temporary switch out and left the car. Then they closed it off and left the car sitting there on the rails. And they had the chapel car there, and eventually they got enough people around interested in it to build a church. We built a church. But it was a peculiar thing. That's one place where Grandma and I are charter members on there, if they still got a record there, because we were the first ones to sign up on it there. Blanchard was the minister. He come around to me one time, and he was pretty discouraged. And I was the treasurer at the time, and he was discouraged, but he hadn't been able to get anybody to sign up yet. And nobody wanted to be on the sign up first. They'd had pretty good attendance in the chapel car for the services, but nobody wanted to sign up for membership for building a church. So he wanted to know if we were going to, if we would. So sure. So we signed it up. Then he took it around again, and he got plenty of signatures. So we went ahead and built the church.
Now, that was in the early 30s, right? Right when the Depression was beginning?
Yeah, that had been let's see, yeah, that had been before a little before the Depression there. Yeah, I think that happened.
31, 32,
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah, that was just a little before the Depression
All right. And how long did you stay at Pittsburgh?
there. Well, I see 29, 35, I'm about there 6 years, I guess. And, then
We're almost out of time, so let's stay at Pittsburgh, okay?
uh-huh,
We're gonna finish this one on Pittsburgh.
yeah. I go say when I get there, I worked there for, yeah, quite a little while. I got laid off once and then I came back. There, whenever we'd take time off, at General Road, we'd go to Grand Junction for a vacation, and I'd work in the peaches, peach harvest, and bring back some peaches there, enough for ourselves and some of the neighbors. And then I was working in the roundhouse then, and also, I got to be a Sunday school superintendent too while I was there. They would seem though there was a little, they were going to have an election and they were having some problems there. The fellow I was working with, he wasn't very religious anyhow, but,
I'm not.
okay, and he said, well, so a little while after that, I was always working something, and it was a hard thing to get a valve started, or the bolt started on it. And I was having trouble with it. He said, Brewer, if you don't swear pretty soon, I will. But then I didn't. Anyhow, but later on, he just kind of was softening up. I could tell that right along. And one time he came up with and I was up on top of the boiler, back below the cab roof and the top of the boiler. I was packing steam valves that we always did when an engine was in for inspection. It was cold there. And he come up with an armful of air valves to put on, and he just had them cleaned and so on, tested. And he came up there and he was in a hurry, and here come there was the quadrant for the main throttle come out, and it extended out in the cab a ways there, and it was a steel about I guess it's probably 2.5 inches wide and a half inch thick, and it extended around. That was what the lever it was a quadrant like. Anyhow, he come up there in a hurry, and bang, he hit that with his head. And he dropped all those valves all over the deck, and I was laying up there on top. Wasn't making a sound. Pretty soon he held his head and he stewed around there a little while. He held his tongue too. He never even swore that time. But pretty soon he says, "All right, Brewer, go ahead and laugh." He says, "I know you're busting."
Okay, Grandpa. Let's wrap it up for now.
Okay.
We'll do some more later.
To work with Harry. Because nobody could get along with him. Well, I got along with him. We just went along. I wouldn't argue with him. We'd get to talking. Of course, his wife was going to church up there, and we were too, to Sunday school, and that they had there then. They just had the Sunday school going. Well, anyway, he got to, he was a foul-mouthed rascal too. Temper, oh boy. And funny, he says, he thought he'd get an argument on me, and he said, "I don't believe in this or that and the other," somebody about religion. Well, I don't either, about people forcing their ideas on somebody or